fade in. Start of today's session in the aftermath of a struggle. The interior of the house of Agent Exeter, otherwise known as Dr. Elias Barbas. The mess of machinery that covered the living room has now been added to, thanks to the agents and a handful of .50 Action Express. Eliza took a close to fatal blow, if not for the quick actions of Corporal Kane Smith. His brain almost going into autopilot to save her life, as became routine for him when he was on tour. She now rests and gathers her wits outside the abode, waiting outside for the two remaining agents, Desmond and Kane, who now proceed up to the upstairs floor of Dr. Barbas' house. If you'd like to take it away, you can do so.
I guess Kane just kind of is stumbling behind Desmond as he is just kind of dazed from the aftermath of the recent fight. But he does know one thing for sure, is that we made a lot of noise and we need to find what we need and hurry the hell out of there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
I think it's just immediate up the stairs.
Yeah, I think Desmond, you were closer to the stairs, I think, first. So I think you're.
Yeah, I think I should. I think I should. In fact, maybe we don't lead this next room with our face, yeah?
Who would have thought that a ginormous mechanical sculpture would have turned into a bloodthirsty robot? Okay. I thought the man just had some crazy interior design flaws, okay?
It's more common than you think.
On the back of that note, actually, probably not you, Corporal Kane, because I think you're fully adapted. How adapted to violence is Desmond?
0, my friend.
You would have
Desmond
to roll...
spends a lot of time not getting hurt.
Yeah, you'd have to roll a sanity check for me,
Awesome.
please.
We love those.
Crit.
Notice you didn't mention if it was a success or a failure there. Interesting. Just hoping for a... Oh, so close. We're at 006.
Okay, that is a success, though. So you only take one
Correct. Fair
sanity
enough.
loss. That's fine. The one would be from the unnatural as opposed to the violence. So you were successful on that roll. It's 0 from violence. You take 1 from unnatural on the pass. I need Corporal Kane to also roll, not against violence, but against the unnatural here.
That one is a success. Yeah.
No problem. So that's just 1 for 1 sanity loss against the unnatural there, please.
One's all around. Good effort, everyone.
And you proceed up to the stairs. The landing, there's just a door on your left and the door on your right. One is open a hair, the other one fully closed.
Well, most people typically close the door. Is that like they want something hidden, you know? So perhaps the closed door might be a good idea.
Yeah, or something else is in that room with an open door. I don't really want to find out after the fact, you know.
Well, we can just take it slow. We can do one door at a time. Start with the slightly opened one.
Yeah, one at a time sounds fantastic right about now.
Okay.
We proceed to the open door.
Yeah, the slightly cracked one.
And you open it into a bare-looking bedroom. There's a half-turned-over futon bed, a dresser that has been completely splintered. It looks like it's been struck multiple times by something, maybe a hatchet, and just piles of dirty clothes everywhere. There is also a recently used, you're quite familiar with these, Desmond, like a hibachi like micro grill next to the futon. There's also another door in there that looks to be like a built-in, like a walk-in closet door that is closed, and a mirror on the outside of that closet door, which is already broken. The wood floor is chipped with these half-moon marks as if from the edge of a metal file, and you, Desmond, immediately flash back to the telescopic arm of the lion with that crescent blade that you narrowly dodged, and it left the same indentation in the wall.
So, there's definite signs that something like that creature has been in here, but something to keep note of definitely is this grill. It's gonna be a really easy way to start a fire after we're gone.
Right, but another note. Notice how the dresser's destroyed.
Yeah, I
Do you
did
think
notice.
maybe someone else was here before us besides the good doctor?
Well, I mean, if they were here, they were probably eviscerated by whatever these things were. You didn't like flip a switch or anything, it just sort of came to life.
It was automated.
Well,
It seemed like proximity set it off, just something being near it, like a guard dog. But let's check behind. What's that door? For the walk-in closet.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna approach the door. You
Yeah.
stay back with your gun out, alright?
Yeah. And I'm kind of like flashing, like having my flashlight illuminating Desmond's vision.
I'm gonna whip out my hatchet as I get close, because I don't really want to be unloading this thing at something that's about a foot from me. That's gonna be rough.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's
So
a child. Kill it.
you pop open the closet door, yeah?
Yeah.
You open
Interesting way to ask.
open that door. Well, it's the only other door in the room. I was just checking. You pop it open. It's a long and narrow closet, and it's painted the same rust red as the exterior of the house. Again, there are more piles of old clothes on the ground, and they're like small, sort of unremarkable empty boxes everywhere. That the usual contents of someone's closet, but in disarray. More interestingly, though, there's a door on the far side of. You can see like there's iron bars that are embedded in a wall of cement blocks at the end of the closet, and you can see a door through those iron bars. And the iron bars are like maybe 10 centimeters, like the gaps between the iron bars are maybe 10 centimeters, like to give you an idea. The door looks maybe half a meter tall and half a meter wide. It's like a little door.
Like a hatch?
Almost, but it's definitely a door. It's like a door shape.
All right. Well, there's a either there's a hobbit house in here or something is very well hidden.
Or something is trying to be kept out.
Don't like that, but I do really want to check it out because it seems to stand out. And it looks like nobody sort of battered it with a hatchet yet. So maybe we get to be the first.
I mean, certainly take a look at it. I mean, this is not something you typically find, but I don't think you're going to find too much of a lead in trying to break down a iron bar cemented door.
Well, yeah, I was mostly referring to the unnecessary amount of hatchet marks on this room and all the stab marks on the floor. This sort of seems like a very violent room.
Well, this house in general just gives violent vibes, as you can tell from
Good
my
point.
bleeding forehead right now. Uh, but
Well, you wanna take a crack at it then?
I don't think firing any more rounds at it is going to help our case right now.
Just gonna go check it out. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
shoot the damn box.
Oh, I thought you were talking about shooting it.
No, I just want you to come with me because I'm scared.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, I would like to get all up in
Yeah.
this literal grill. This iron grill over the door.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with him and inspect it.
See if it's like actually like barred up or if it's like got a lock or something.
The door is. It's on the. You could reach through the iron bars and like open the door, but there's still iron bars in the way. Like you wouldn't be able to get through it.
That's very weird. But I am intrigued. I do think I could get this open, but we couldn't get through the bars, but I do want to see if there's anything sort of you know, noteworthy to our group in there. And I'm just
I mean, yeah,
I'm
certainly worth a try.
gonna give that door a push open or a shove, a kick, I don't know.
It's a pole door.
Okay, so Desmond, Kane, you open the door.
Desmond opens the door. Kane is like, hell no. I walked into the room the last time and immediately almost got murdered, so.
You open and it opens out onto the space beyond. On the far side of a wall where a hallway to the stairs should be is a dimly lit old wooden floor that's stacked with books of all types. And the pair of you that look through here, you take a minute and you do sort of kind of look around and realise this is geometrically impossible. Can you both roll sanity for me, please?
Yeah, of course we can.
Yeah. That's fine. I wonder if it's geometrically impossible, yes. Fireproof? Maybe. Oh. That I rolled an 89.
I also failed. I rolled a 90.
Ooh, wow. You had to one-up me there, huh?
Yeah.
That's just one.
Spaces confuse us.
That's just a sanity loss of 1 for both of you, please.
Okay.
All right.
The
Management.
space don't make no sense. My brain hurts.
And you can both make alertness rolls for me as well, please.
Yeah.
Ooh, we love an
absolutely.
alertness roll. We love those.
Oh, I got a 25. I succeeded, which means
I
I'll
got a
probably lose
4.
Oh, that's a crit.
Okay. So you both hear from like through the bars and from you both hear like what sounds like distant conversation and maybe even traffic. And you sort of squint a bit and you a little bit more. And Desmond with a crit, one of the you hone in like squint and you hear distant conversations and you both hear the passing traffic, and you in particular, Desmond, hear a snatch of what sounds like a radio coming from a car in a street maybe outside, and you catch the DJ specifically mentioning that he's going to play the premiere of the newest song by Alanis Morissette, and you hear the opening strains of You Ought to Know before that sound fades out.
You hear that?
Is that a song Desmond already knows and recognizes? I don't.
I'd say make a you can make an intelligence ×5 roll for me, please.
Oh wow. That's a 23. That's got to be a pass, yeah.
Alanis Morissette released the single You Ought to Know in the August of 1995.
Cool. That's a great year for us as a group. A lot of good memories. Interesting.
Okay.
So Desmond's gonna sort of close that door. So homeboy's got himself a mini night floors door. Like, how? Why?
I'm beginning to think, Desmond, that this case might be more related with our past than we originally thought, than just past Amanda, past the Night Force. There's something going. There's something going on. There's, I mean,
that's a pretty good summation of it. Do you?
We need
Do
more
you
information.
think it's worth not burning this place down to keep this entrance open, or no? We should close it. Is that possible?
I mean,
Desmond's like sort of sat cross-legged on this closet floor.
I mean, even if we did burn the place down, would this entrance to the Night Force even disappear? We don't know how
is it
these things
really?
work.
No.
these spaces in time and these just rifts in our reality that just seem to stay stagnant. There's no
Do you want
pattern.
to find out what happens if we burn this place to the ground? Because I am still heavily leaning towards it.
The information that's within here should never come to the light of day. The knowledge that some weird steampunk esque machinery can kill 3 operatives in a matter of seconds. I mean, that right there is enough to create serious issues.
Yeah, I think it's best if this place gets as close as we can get it to not existing. But we've still got one more room.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. All right. Let's go check the other place out.
Okay. So you about face and pick your way back through what's apparently Dr. Barbas' bedroom. Is there any check you want to perform in here before you move on?
Yeah, I'll just do like a quick search check before I leave the room, just like kind of one last pass over to see if there's like anything out of the ordinary that stands out to me.
Yeah, make a search roll. You can do the same if you wish, Desmond, to assist him. No problem.
Oh yeah, might as well.
Oh, that's a
No,
crit
didn't-
success.
Oh, I failed.
That's a 44.
Okay. With a 44, you notice sort of the beginnings of something etched into the floor underneath the futon, and you move said futon aside, and you can see a meter wide seal of sorts. What is both of your occult?
If it's
14.
related to the Mark of Sitri, that is something that I've already discovered.
No, I would tell you if it was.
Okay. Then I guess I'll just I'll roll for my occult. I got a 30, so there's a small chance I could get it.
Am I allowed to roll?
Well, actually, no.
Negatory.
Just no. Wait there a second. No, Kane. What was your occult there, Desmond?
It is 30.
Hello, my occult is 14.
Oh,
good sir.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, because
Your occult.
at 30 there is no need to roll. You recognise this on sight.
Oh.
Well, you recognise that it's related to demonology.
Okay.
And I will let you roll to see if you know precisely what that link is.
Okay, so with a 30 occult, I do recognize it as a seal of like demonology.
Yep.
I just don't know which seal.
Yeah, so if you want to make an occult roll now, I'll let you know which.
That's an 18.
Okay. So
Wow.
That is that's very rare.
You're doing great this session, man.
Yeah, you recognise it as the mark of a demon known in sort of common occult studies in demonology. It's known as the mark of Barbas. He's described
I'm
as
assuming that's spelled as it sounds.
Marbas, correct.
This full name fucking...
he is described as the great president of hell, governing 36 legions of demons. He answers truly on hidden or secret things, causes and heals diseases, teaches mechanical arts, and changes men into other shapes. He is often depicted as a great lion that, under the conjurer's requests, changes shape into a man. What are your language skills like, if anyone's got language skills at all?
I have Farsi and Arabic. And those are 40.
Desmond's an American. He only speaks English.
Not whatever they speak in England.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it won't be any more to that then. That's fine.
Can I just make a note of what the letters or markings say?
Yeah, well, you would recognise it's not a letter, so to speak. It's just like it's a pictogram, almost like a seal. It's
Okay,
like a visual
pictogram.
Yeah, like a visual thing.
Okay. Well, I guess Desmond will take a picture with his phone, or not Desmond, Kane. Take a picture of his phone.
I will.
Okay, yeah, not a problem. That's fine.
I'm getting names mixed up right now.
Desmond's contagious.
Long day at work. Long day at work.
There's no image of this seal in the book that I could find. So, if I can find someone, I'll put it up. I'll put it up on the handout section for you. But
so this guy's name is very similar to our homie's name that we are stalking. That's a bit interesting, isn't it?
What, the mark of
Barbas.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bit close.
Okay. Well, what do you wish to do next?
Why the hell he beat the shit out of his dresser. Last room?
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta keep a move on before, I don't know, the angry guy next door actually figures out that we're not supposed to be here.
Okay. So you head across the small upstairs landing to the only room in the house you haven't entered as of yet, and open the door to what appears to be a home office. It retains much of its furniture, but the legs appear to have been knocked off at like a cheap particle board desk in the centre of the room, and the chair has been overturned. The desk sits on the ground amongst a sea of papers and half-opened books and scrawled receipts and diagrams and just the ravings of a man teetering between revelation and insanity. And the thing that catches both your eye primarily when you walk in the room, because it's impossible to miss, is a strange machine. It's the size of a water cooler, maybe. It looks like a typewriter, a cotton gin, and a clock, and some extra brass pieces were kind of all smashed together to form this weird, kind of really beautiful
looking.
Describe it as
like an amalgamation of parts.
Oh yeah. It has two hooks on the end of extendable sort of limb-like shafts of lightweight metal. One of the hooks holds a quill pen. There is a refillable ink pot set into the machine's base. And it appears to have like a mechanical latch attached, which probably opens and closes said ink pot.
Well, that's interesting.
Uh,
First, we've got crazy lion killing machine, and now we've got a Shakespearean robot.
I really hope it does not write a play. Because
Just
I've
when I
had
think I
enough
forgot
of
about
plays
that.
in this context. Oh, you
Well,
forgot about that. That must have been very pleasant.
the only way to find out what it does is to dick around with it, I guess.
Or I could hit it with my hatchet.
You know, that's a great idea. This one doesn't seem to be as deadly as the previous one.
Right, then
I
you
feel
fuck with
like
it.
okay, okay, fine, fine. I'll go
'Cause my instincts are
mess
telling
around
me
with it.
not to touch that thing.
Desmond or Kane. I keep getting the names switched up today. Oh, uh, Kane kind of just walks up to the contraption, um, and looks around to try to find I guess, ink bottle to try to like refill its like ink stores. And then I guess he's just going to mess around with that metal hatch that you pointed out.
And then the metal hatch is in the base, and it's where the ink pot would obviously go.
Yeah.
Um,
Um.
there's
Do
a
I? Do I?
there is a paper hopper on the top as well.
Okay. Uh. I guess Kane loads up some paper
I mean,
and loads up some ink.
there's random ink, like you can find easily enough. Like there's ink pots scattered around the room and like bits of paper, and doing both. Let me just check.
Pots and quills? What the fuck?
It already has a
That's
quill
why
in
it's
its
a
hand.
Shakespearean.
It does already
That's
have a
wild.
when you load the ink pot up, and then the moment you press the paper into that scribe hopper at the top, it whirs to life.
I'm going to take a step back and just pull out my Glock and immediately just be like, I don't trust technology anymore.
And just starts spitting out just the one bit of paper you put on it. Yeah?
Um, no, I'm going to load up as many as it's able to hold.
Okay.
Oh, good. I can't wait for it to write out our full legal name and addresses.
It's got my social security.
Well, the first thing that it churns out is it seems to be a quote from a play.
Yeah, nards.
Bruh.
It reads the following. Actually, as a matter of fact, let me just grab my clipping tool and I'll show you what it's.
Tool.
Yep, on my computer.
Huge.
I want you to know, Mark, that this game has made me distrust literature.
Just one piece of literature in particular. I will quickly put it into our handouts section, and I'll allow you to read it, Kane. Oh no, it's not what I wanted to do.
Oh boy.
Right. we go.
God. Seems as though the quote is from a good friend in yellow. The king. Lo, I reverse the arc. The arrow pulls back from your death, knocked once more on a taut string which men call hate. The king in yellow, Act 2, Scene 4.
I mean, that sounds threatening.
I'm so glad that we have Spark Notes to translate these kinds of things for us now. I always sucked in English class.
Same.
Lo, I reverse the arc. The arrow pulls
Here.
back from your death. Knocked once more in a taut string which men call hate.
I mean, did we kill somebody? I mean, well, yes, but did we kill somebody in particular to offend this machine?
Doesn't know that we killed the other, or deactivated the other machine down below.
I don't know, it just wrote a quote out of its own volition with no power source. So, I don't know, maybe it knows something.
Am I able to put in more, or that's it? It's not writing anymore, is it?
I'd say you managed to probably find like 2 or 3 bits of paper, and as you're saying that, it spits out another piece.
Oh.
Which I will also
I
add.
need more context. Lo, I reverse the arc. The arrow pulls back from your death. Knocked once more on a taut string which men call hate. And from the same act. This is from an earlier scene. Casilda. Here then, let us set ourselves upon the only mission. To die when we are to die. Scream when one is to scream as expected. To go into those darker places and say to the feast of reason, no more. I have had my fill. It's just even more vague now.
I mean, I'm no Shakespearean expert, but it kind of seems like this machine wants us to die. Or maybe whatever Homeboy did to this machine. Did he just make a machine that's angry? Why?
And as you ask that question, it spits out the final piece of paper that Kane loaded in.
Insane scene as Casilda's lines. This one coming from Thale. Eyes turn inward in the dark. A phantom watches an idea of us. Sister, I feel we are toys in the hands of a monster. And nothing else besides. What's
Kane?
the possibility, Desmond, that we can pull this thing out with us?
I mean, it doesn't... It looks manageable to carry, but, did it just answer my question?
I think it just did.
I wondered why it was made, and it literally said, it is a toy in the hand of a monster and nothing else. Fuck. Yeah,
We need to take this thing with us. As much as I keep hating having to read these damn play lines, I wonder if it can provide us more answers.
but if this is this thing trying to talk, did it also say its only mission was to die when it is to die? It has had its fill? Are we just being fucked with by some crazy dude who makes machines, or...
What is this thing? It clearly has intelligence and it's able to communicate in this bizarre manner. But doesn't it seem almost alive to you in the way that it's able to answer our questions? Sort of?
Yeah, Kane, I'm wondering a bit, because I'm sort of thinking you said that symbol was related to a man, I guess a figure who shapeshifts into a mechanical lion.
And is able to transform others.
And I just sort of look down the hallway, down the stairs. Yeah. Yeah. How else would they work? Nothing else. They're not powered, Kane.
I'm gonna try to look around for one more piece of paper, even if it's like the smallest piece I can find, even if it's like a napkin or something. And just, I'm gonna ask, do you want mercy?
Make a search roll for me, first of all. You can as well, Desmond, if you wish.
Thank goodness.
That's a success on my part, 42.
Success on my part with a 35 under 44.
So searching for more paper, and you can't find any that doesn't already have something scribbled on it. Kane, you find 4 half-printed, smeared, and misfolded invitations that were identical to the ones that you received individually that summoned you to meet with Dr. Barbas in the first place. At the bottom of that pile, though, even more alarmingly, appears to be, after you've read it, what can only be described as a cheat sheet of sorts. A single sheet of paper with a small machine-like ink notes that contain each of your home addresses and information about your lives, including informations
I actually
on
called it.
all of your loved ones. What are your resilience to helplessness? What does that look like for both of you?
Oh, I have nothing.
One.
Can you both make sanity checks against helplessness then, please, as you read this information and realise the gravity of the situation?
I have failed.
While this is kind of going on, can Kane just kind of frantically search anything about Alice, like
Well,
his dead ex-girlfriend?
I've got to get on to Desmond. Also found something in the search, so I've got to do that next.
Success.
All right.
So,
So, Kane, no sanity loss for you. Desmond, you lose 4 sanity. So I rolled a d4.
Okay. Noted. That's a big number.
You keep reading and you see a similar sort of cheat sheet crumpled underneath. But it's not information for you or any of your cell. There appears to be information on another Delta Green team here, led by an individual named Agent Vega. I was waiting for the motorbike to fuck off. Okay.
Zoom.
There is a hotel address marked as a secondary address for this other Delta Green team. The Boxer Hotel in Boston, room 616.
okay.
What was that hotel?
The Boxer Hotel in Boston. Desmond, in your search, you find a page, singular, ripped. There is several quotes just listed on this sort of tatty and ripped piece of paper that, again, if you consult our handout section now, I will now post said page. More indeed.
More forbidden knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
More public domain knowledge? Uh-oh. Ooh, colorblindness is not kind with that.
Do you need me to read it out to you?
I'm definitely gonna need you to read that one.
Okay.
It says P11. No man can say when one ends or others begin. Or to other begins. P49. Away you, pale demon. Look not on our lives measured only by your profits.
One moment. Sorry, just a second there. What I'll do. Apologies, I didn't realise. I will. There's the text.
God bless.
So it starts misanthropic, goes to back away, you demon, you're not taking your money, and then clock is struck and unmasked.
That sounds like a betrayal or something.
Gosh, that's so ominous.
It
Page
reads,
115.
no man can say when one ends or the other begins. Then a quote from page 49. Away you, pale demon, look not on our lives measured only by your profit. Another quote from page 110 reads, the clock has struck, and it is time. Unmask. And then from page 115, and none shall walk or move or scream, for this place has gone beyond time and tide and reckoning, into the grey places where our dreams go, there finding nothing to die. I will point out, as because of the method in which I'm showing you this information, that any spelling mistakes or capitalization in the text that I've presented to you is intentional. That is how it is down on the page that Desmond has found.
So you mean the extra A in say, the capital K in look
Correct.
at the end. Beyond is missing an O. So that's what A, K, O. And then there's a missing N in unmask.
A-T...
I think to other is just Shakespearean.
It is Shakespearean?
I think it is.
Okay.
It's like, so that would be A, K, N.
N.
What's the last?
Oh. From beyond.
A, K,
Um,
Akon?
I'll allow you to work that out in your own terms. No
Akon.
problem. I'll say with your, because you both were successful with search rolls, you also find kind of together a box of blank red leather notebooks. They're marked with the shipping label from a incredibly popular online shop that I'm not going to say the name of.
Interesting.
For fear of if we call his name of he who should not be
yes.
named,
Yeah.
we shall forever be
I
copyright.
love redacted deliveries.
Yeah.
I love redacted.
So all these deliveries just empty?
No, this particular box has maybe 6
In the evening, I sedated myself with brams of whiskey.
of these notebooks left.
Are they similar to the ones that we saw in the Institute?
The view of the sea to the north, and to the west,
Um,
of Cape Ness,
no,
lightly with
no,
No,
they're not.
okay.
No,
against the far horizon.
but yeah, I mean, this box looks like it used to hold more, for sure.
Like perhaps these have been given out?
Yeah,
So
there's
he's given out these red leather books
there's 6 left.
only to ask for more? Kane is gonna go out on a limb and trust Desmond here.
Oh.
And he's gonna pull out the book that he found. Is it similar to in any way?
The book that you found.
Right. Let me go through my multiple notes.
There's a lot of books in this
Mm-hmm.
in this
Um,
campaign.
Are you referring to the one in the wooden crate on the night floors?
The one on the wooden crate and the one that he found at the auction.
No to both. And you no longer possess the book in the wooden crate.
Right, because I got taken away.
Well, no, actually. Remy was in possession of that book.
Oh, that's even worse. But I still have the book from the auction, the red book from the auction.
Yes. And you look at the red book. Do you want to open that? Do you have it on you?
Yeah, because Kane does not trust anybody, and so all of his personal effects that he knows, like, he rather die with it. It just keeps on him.
That's healthy.
Considering
Yes,
our discussion about what you did in your downtime, I would argue that Kane is definitely the most paranoid member of the group at the moment. You've looked at this book that you found at this auction front to back several times, and you can recognize that the blank leather templates that are in this box are a precise match for the book binding and printing of the book that you had on you before you ever set foot in this building.
Oh, so
So-
you've already got one.
I found this a few years back, digging up some more information on the night floors. I found this in an auction. Desmond, what if Barbas is the one that's been printing these plays and doing exactly what we feared? He's been sort of like the publisher and the delivery man. He's been handing out these books to people.
Oh my god, the
yellow
packages
sign.
he's sending them. And that door through into nowhere land. He could easily slip things through there. You saw how many books were on the other side, or he could be taking them.
Right. The books on the floor, we didn't get a good look at them, did we?
No, there were like piles of
Inconsequential?
different color
Okay.
books.
They
not
certainly
necessarily-
weren't all red.
No, that's
Right.
right. Yeah,
Okay.
but the gaps in the bars would certainly have been wide enough to fit a book through.
So maybe Barbas is just a librarian of sorts, lending books out, expanding this cursed knowledge out to the unwilling and unknowing.
What, he's building the lore of this fucking
Dude.
horrible place.
Maybe that's how these places keep popping up. I mean, the more that people know about it, like the more that these cracks in reality begin to show.
I mean, I've heard many times over that you keep a lot of people safe by making sure they don't know things.
Well,
That's
that's
for sure in this organization, so
that's our goal. That's what we've
you
been
might be right.
tasked to do. Either way,
Desmond, your phone beeps. Text message notification.
The burner phone or the regular one?
The burner.
Okay. I check it, assuming it's Eliza.
It is from Eliza. She took a look around downstairs, found some things that you might want to look at, and has left them in a convenient sort of pile at the bottom of the stairs for you. And she's headed back out to the car.
I just sort of, in an obnoxious way, hold the phone really close to Kane's face to let him read it.
I can read, and I don't think bright light is going to help with the head injury.
Oh. Right, sorry. Eliza's dropped a bunch of shit at the bottom of the stairs for us to look at. And then she's gonna go sit in the car so she can probably just pass out.
That is not what she should do at all.
Oh, well,
If she has a concussion and she tries to go to sleep, she has a very high possibility of maybe going into a coma.
And she's more than likely aware of that, and probably is more than likely the reason for her keeping her mind occupied by searching the living room.
point God.
Do you want to move this thing downstairs with the other machine? And I hate to say it, but we should probably lay this thing to rest.
Do you mean hit it with a hatchet?
I mean, burn the building down around it and everything inside of it.
Can I For the love of God, can I please just hit something with the hatchet?
You can hit the grill with the hatchet.
Let's go.
Jesus Christ. This is how Eliza almost died. She tried to punch the damn robot, and now you want to smack things with your hatchet.
Wait, she actually tried to punch it. I thought she
Did you
just. I thought she
did
was
you
like
not see her
frightened and
rip
too
out
slow.
a part of its internals?
No, I was sort of
Yeah,
screaming.
it's not too short to say that she did indeed save my life.
That's badass. I'm definitely gonna have to buy her a drink. To pay her back.
Alcohol, as currently her doctor, I do not recommend that.
Okay, you want no fun at all.
You can
Anyways, let's
complain
go
about
check
it.
out the other shit before we burn this building down.
Okay.
So you head back down the stairs, and as promised, at the bottom of the stairs sits, first of all, a copper mould. You see smashed chunks of ceramics. It's not quite obvious what it might be used for to either of you, other than it was obviously a mould poured with copper of some kind, although neither of you had the background to recognise how that sort of thing would be made. But it's been smashed by a hammer.
Okay.
If you both want to make a search roll for me.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very confused by the mold.
That's going to be a success for me.
The search,
93.
the search roll will allow you to piece together this mould and try and identify what the mould was for. And on a success, you take sort of about 10 minutes to do so between the two of you. It appears to be for a 2-foot statue of a childlike cherub with a harlequin mask on its face.
Bro.
The other thing that you find, you see a tape-bound, poorly printed booklet, 52 pages long, entitled The Ars Goetia.
Oh?
The Osgoratia.
ARSGOETIA. It appears to be a printout from a website, maybe, or something. It's covered in oil stains and pen marks and scribbled notes in something that you now recognize in blue ink, the familiar sight of Dr. Barbas' handwriting, and also writing in red ink, like a red like felt tip pen, someone else's handwriting.
Can I try to decipher it at all?
It's going to take you a little while to properly read this, so this may be something that you attempt
take it with us
when you get back to the motel. Correct.
Yeah, this sounds like it's going to be a
overnight thing.
bit of a read.
That does it for the pile. You can now decide your next move.
Did the hibachi grill upstairs have a gas link at all already set? Like, is there like propane set to it?
If it's not an electric, it would have like normally one of those like little teeny ones.
Let me just check.
But if it's electric, you just flip it over and set it on the carpet, and it'll be fine. Like,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is an electric one. That's right.
None of the electricity in the house works. So, right?
Correct.
interesting.
Does like, can I try turning on like go into the kitchen and see if he's got like a gas stove at all?
Sure. You head to the kitchen and turn the valves, and you don't get anything. Everything has apparently been cut off. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I
I've got
guess
a
basic
wilderness
arson.
survival kit, so we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way of just pouring a little bit of lighter fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that. Certainly, no problem. There's no. As is usually one of my own. Excuse me. As is usually one of my own personal rules when I'm running a game is, if nothing interesting happens if you fail a dice roll, I don't do one. You both know how to start a fire.
I'm actually, well, first we need to get the writing machine down and come to consensus of, do we take it with us, or maybe it's just some poor soul trapped in a robotic body and we're just kind of need to put it down.
Yeah, because I do not think you or me or even God himself is gonna get somebody back out of that.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'm gonna head back upstairs. And what did the machine seem like movable by one person?
Yeah, you can pick it up.
Okay, yeah,
No
I'm gonna
problem.
just chuck it down the stairs.
Jesus.
Just full on, just like
Family Guy style.
throw
Okay.
it, yeah. And then just be like, Desmond, you can take care of the rest.
You can throw it down the stairs. Can you make a luck check for me if you do so, though, please?
Okay.
It
And
hits
that's
me in the
just
forehead and I instantly
uh
die.
over 50 is success. Or
Correct. 51 to 100 is success.
oh, that's a failure. It's a 30. It's a flat 30.
You throw the scribe machine down the stairs, and it turns in the air. And as it hits the ground in front of Desmond's feet, it shatters into several hundred brass pieces on the ground.
Fucking shit. Kane, what do you mean do the rest? You fucking obliterated it into atoms.
Yeah, I thought it would be a lot more like put together.
You
Oh
probably would have had a much
God.
better life if you played football.
Oh my God. I possibly God.
Well, you can't unthrow it down the stairs, so
No, I can't. I can't. Well, I guess with that done, I guess take pictures and catalog and take whatever else we can to the car.
yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of this shattered bot here, and I'm just gonna call it anger management.
Okay. Desmond, can I leave the house burning to you for now?
Sure.
Okay. Kane kind of walks out the back door and hops into the neighbor's backyard. Does Kane have a silencer on him by any is that something within his gear
Hello?
set that's possible?
I'm alarmed.
Do you have that as part of your loadout?
Okay. Well, Kane loads that on, like, just kind of pulls it out of his jacket pocket, I guess. and begins to just spin it onto his Glock.
Do you have one? Is that part
Yes.
of what was on
There's
your
that is something that's part of my armor and gear.
Okay, then no problem. Yeah.
There's the M4 has a suppressor, and then a Glock with 2 mags and also a suppressor.
Okay, no problem. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. With that, I guess Kane is going to just try to go into the neighbor's house, the security guard's house, and make sure there's no witnesses.
Okay. How do you approach the house?
I'm assuming like there's a fence splitting the 2 houses. Kane is just gonna. It's still midday, right?
Yeah.
Or it's still midday?
Maybe a little after 2 at this point. You've probably been puttering around that house for about 2 hours.
Okay. Oh God, I can't remember if he had a family or not. Oh.
You don't know. You only spoke to him.
Right, I only spoke to him briefly. Oh God.
Before you do this, make an intelligence times 5 roll for me, please.
Yeah. God, I'm actually thinking of how I'm going to be able to get away with this crime cleanly in a realistic manner. That is going to be a
Throw up that gun. Is
success.
It registered to you?
Okay.
No, it's a Delta Green gun.
You didn't give him a name when you spoke to him. If you were to set the fire and leave him be, you did speak to him, and if anyone asked, it's likely that he would probably mention speaking to you because you were speaking to him expressly about Dr. Barbas, and then 2 hours later his house was on fire.
Okay.
The likelihood of them tracking you down, that all depends on how observant this particular gentleman was when he spoke to you. And that is the only question mark. It also occurs to you that if you were to burn down the house, you could leave the blame at his doorstep.
God. Oh, there's so many decisions here. All right. I think Kane is kind of tired after he just murdered the typing machine. I think he's just gonna like rethink his process here and be like, okay, maybe I don't need to murder another man. And just kind of like walk away back to the car. Or I guess walk back to the house and just start taking shit out of there. And like leaving on the front, like kind of like on the front sidewalk area. So that way, like after Desmond does what he needs to do, we can just like kind of walk away from the burning house.
Okay, I mean you've already claimed everything interesting inside. So
okay, so we've already transported that. Okay.
You have, yeah. You have it on you, or you've smashed it into a million pieces in front of the front door.
Yeah.
Homie literally said, so I threw it on the ground.
I said chuck it down the stairs. I mean, it did not seem as though it wanted to live. I'm gonna be real with you. But yeah. But damn, I really wish I didn't throw it down the stairs now.
That's all right. So, Desmond, you've done this 1,000 times before, and you expertly set the fire. Is there anything you want to do before Desmond lights the place up and you with enough time for you to smoothly walk out the door and drive away.
Eliza has the blue phone. We got a picture of the seal. We've got. We know that the red leather books are similar to the one that Kane found at the red auction.
Yeah.
We have
I'll
the
just-
other Delta Green operative info,
Mhm.
Agent Vega at 616 Boxer Hotel in Boston.
Yeah, I'll just make sure I get a few last photos of specifically
Yeah.
the lion, the doorway, and the horrifically destroyed thing at the bottom of the stairs.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
that's not a problem.
And
You
I guess
can do that.
I'll take all the invitation summons and the cheat sheet info, like absolutely shove that into a folder, take it with us.
Yeah,
As well as
I assume that everything that you find in search roles you take with you, unless you expressly tell me that you don't.
Yeah.
So that's not a problem.
yeah, the booklet I want to take with us, and I actually kind of want to take the pieces of the smashed ceramic mold with us.
Okay.
Oh, I took that.
Yeah, that's
you,
fine.
You want to take that?
Like I said,
take that? Okay.
everything that you found, I assume that you take with and you claim as evidence for the case. So that's fine. Okay, so you take all that, you sort of unload that into the car. Eliza sits shotgun in the car with a heavy pair of sunglasses on. And which vehicle did you take to get here? I forget.
I want to say it was like.
I think it was Eliza's car.
I don't think I don't think it was. It was the one that had my gear in it. So it was a Delta Green
It was your car.
provided car, right?
Yeah, you've all had Delta Green provided cars. I just asked that in the interest of who's driving back, but that's fine. Whoever wants to drive back does so.
Oh, that was Desmond that drove.
No problem.
Sure, I'll drive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who didn't suffer a head injury, so.
Good point.
Probably smart. Oh shit. Yeah, I forgot that I'm like almost dead right now.
So you head back across town, 45-minute drive, back to the motel, and Kane, you settle Eliza down with some medication and some blood thinners and things like that will make it, after a few hours, it will be safe for her to sleep without going into a coma. And she heads to her room to get some rest. I will ask her to roll her die for health recuperation appropriately, but what I need you to do first is, if you can make a medicine check for me, please.
Absolutely, I can do that.
Don't
for you.
fuck it up.
As you sort of diagnose what would be needed to help her get back on her feet quicker.
Oh yeah. That is going to be a 14.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Success.
So I'm obviously not a doctor, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you exactly what you would need for that, because I don't know, but Kane certainly does, and can prescribe and obtain that very quickly without any issues. A lot of it is over-the-counter stuff. Anything specialist, you can use your, you're a licensed doctor, so you can procure that.
I'm assuming
easily.
like Kane just kind of has like a fake doctor's pad that he has
Sure.
like Delta Green prescribed.
Yeah.
That you
Yeah.
can just get
It's
It's
smart on and up, yeah. And you prescribe her all the correct stuff, and she settles in. So the way rest works is, for every day you rest, you automatically get back 1 hit point, regardless of anything else. But with successful medicine checks and the like on top of that, it allows you to roll additional D4 for hit point recovery. So that's fine. That'll be 1 extra D4 that she gets to add to that as well.
Word. So she's getting 2d4 then. Sounds like for heal roll or.
No, she'll be getting 1d4 plus 1.
1d4 plus 1. Okay.
Yeah. and then if you can make a roll every day.
Yeah.
So, like this would be for today, in game, and you can do a roll every day to give her an additional D4, and she'll automatically get a +1 every day. Everyone just heals 1 every day anyway, regardless, as long as they get a good rest and they don't
Right.
enter combat at all in that 24-hour period.
Yeah, and I guess I guess Kane will kind of be doing the same thing for himself here then as well, or at least trying to.
Yeah, you can make a medicine check for me.
Yeah. Oh, this one. Yeah, I'm going to do medicine and thank God, 58. That is 2 below my medicine.
Yeah, so I'll let you roll a D4 now.
Awesome. That's going to be 2 back to me for now.
Nice.
So I'm up to 10.
All right. With what you found with regards to books and the like, most of it you were able to ascribe on site, but the Ask Goatia, the two of you begin to pick over it. It takes you about an hour to read through it, and you kind of read passages to each other and just kind of figure it out. You both gain 1% each in the occult skill.
Wow.
I'm at 31.
Woo!
I'm at 15.
Nice, solid, odd number. I like it.
And I'll summarise the information that you find. The Ask Goatia is the first book in the Lemegetone, which roughly translates to Lesser Key of Solomon. It's a grimoire that circulated in the 17th century, penned by someone using the pseudonym King Solomon. The book itself existed in many languages and pieces before it was assembled in the mid-17th century. Before then, it was scattered throughout other scrolls and books and folios. This is like a treatise, or like a what's the word? A sort of all those facts kind of brought together into one complete tome. The book details 72 demons, as well as the seals that they must pay allegiance to. The book lists the demons by name, and many are circled and have notes next to them. You continue to study, and you figure out throughout there are notes I mentioned before, notes scribbled in Barbas's handwriting in blue ink, and the notes in question are the following. If one of you would like to read those out.
With notes, check out. B is... maybe perhaps they're referring to Barbas is Solomon. One call each except Asmodee. B True is a friend of V. Not B, but S. Acadian? The play's still going on somewhere. We know the play's here. DRD, middle name Boraz. 29 legions. Employees. Logic, ethics, and precious stones. Recover lost things. Makes sense. Person answers truly of all secret and divine things of earth and creation of the world. First in Ludine's house, Barbas Goetic, president. 36 servants, just like MSPFS. B, not M. Overlay Marbas and Beatru equals 4S. Urzan, the Starry King, and the Gong.
Seems like we're missing a lot of context.
Yeah, but B is Solomon.
Yeah.
B, not M. Do you think, like you said earlier, Barbas and Marbas? What if Barbas is another name for Marbas, and that he's just taken the form of Barbas? You get what I'm going at?
Which would explain why
The
he's been
lion,
under investigation. It's
and
like
also,
he's been replaced.
right, and these mechanical contraptions. There's a lion's figure on the machine that almost killed Eliza and I, but Be True is a friend of V, not B, but S Acadian. Do you think the V, they might be referring to Vega?
Who in the hell is Vega?
The other Delta Green agent that was tasked before us.
Oh, Vega.
Vega. Right.
I think I misheard that name. Lamau. I mean, it could be. Who the hell is Beatrue?
And what overlay Marbas and Beatrue equals 4S? If Beatrue is a friend of V, but if Marbas and Beatrue
Oh
are
god, this
working
is
in
like
tandem,
one of those third-grade math word problems. Isn't it?
You also
No.
continue to read on. Before I mentioned handwriting in red ink, handwriting you didn't recognise, and it reads the following.
The first one was all in blue ink.
Correct.
No, I tried to open the original, it's the same goddamn size.
V, I invoke the Dormless One. V, that didst create the earth and the heavens. V, that didst create the night and the day. Thee that didst create the darkness and the light. Thou art Osiris, whom no man has seen at any time. Carved symbol permutation? Permutaton? What up? Gotta open up.
No, there's no I, it's a ton. Prima maiden?
Primaton?
Umami?
Primaton? Do not leave the circle. Ritual calling announces 72 names. Inscribe, chosen, seal. Wait. Carved symbol. Kane does a quick Google search of what primaton means.
What, this word?
Okay. Primumation, I think is the word you're...
But there's no I in it.
It's literally Greek
end.
for Thou who art the first and last.
Okay. So it's like a.
Thou who art the first and the last.
So it's like a symbol we can look up and reference. Like in the actual game.
Correct.
Okay.
So this is definitely how to summon a fucking demon.
If you could look up the symbol for Prometon, and I'll look up a Seranophorus.
Okay.
Sorrow.
Oh my god, this is a really complicated symbol.
Bornless?
Is that what it said?
No.
Bornless? Dornless?
Did it say Bornless or? Oh,
I
that is a
can't-
B. The Bornless one. Thee I invoke the Bornless one. Thee that didst create the earth and the heavens. Thee that didn't, or that didst create the night and the day. Thee that didst create the darkness and the light. Thou art a Seranophorus, whom no man has seen at any time. The Bornless one. Um.
So I don't want to actually Google anything. I want to Google in-game.
Yeah, I wanna.
Both.
Because if I Google it in real life,
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, you may get snippets from the actual book. and
I may get... Yeah, Delta Green shit may pop up.
Both of you roll a cult for me.
Perfect.
With my new and improved.
And I'll give
31
you
occult.
both a 20% bump because you know specifically what you're. It's not just a general. Do I know this? You're
Wow,
looking-
that's still a failure.
That is exactly what I needed. I got a 31 perfectly.
These are instructions to attempt to summon one of the 72 demons that are detailed in this book.
Yes.
So
Right,
these
Nailed
are
it right on the head.
these are the instructions for the ritual, and it's sort of like a insert name here into this ritual.
Okay.
It also implies we need to know the seal of the demon, but we have that, right?
The names and the seals are all listed in this book.
In the book. But if the Book of Solomon has been around for centuries, if anybody was able to just simply follow instructions from the book, I mean, we would have had demon invasions long ago. What makes this different? What makes these people chosen? And why?
I don't know.
I mean, the Lesser Key of Solomon has been around for what we've researched for centuries. Can I take a look at who, like, the name written in red ink of the Ars Goetia. That was with Barbas.
There's no name written in red ink. Like, the red ink is what I just gave you.
Oh, the red ink
All
is
you
just
recognise is that
okay.
it's not Barbas' handwriting. This is somebody else's handwriting.
Right.
Significantly.
Okay.
Here, I'll make the search easier, because the Ars Goetia is a real book.
Right.
Here is the link to the list of demons in the Ars Goetia.
Oh my goodness.
So you can
Oh my god.
all of those, along with their symbols, are listed in the book you now have. So you can use that link and poke through and decide if you want to do that at all.
What do you mean decide? We need to summon it. Oh shit, person is mentioned.
Horus and Asmodee. They're referring to other demon lords, or they're referring to other demons referred into the Ars Goetia. DRD middle name Forus. Forus is the 31st demon lord. And then the ones that we do have are Marbas. I believe the last one,
or Marbas.
Bart, or hold up.
It says Barbas in parentheses or Marbas.
So we were right then. Marbas is Barbas.
So somebody
it's just
fucking
covered in.
somebody summoned fucking Barbas. That's why.
But these issues have been recent. The things that have been going on are referring back to 95, back to the Night Force again.
Well, I mean, we know that time doesn't really seem to matter there.
There was another mark with the blue phone. I believe it was Sea-Tree was the
Correct.
the mark of Sea-Tree.
Yeah.
I might have had that horribly misspelled. You said it was SITRII?
SITRI.
RI, okay. Yes. Okay.
I think V might be referring to Valak.
There's multiple V names, though. There's
I know, but Valak is
Vala,
mentioned
Vavala.
also as a president, just like Barbas.
There's also King Zagon.
Foras is also a president.
Vine?
Foras, Foras.
You're right. I see Foras. So okay, let's go down the list. Wist notes check out. He's referring to Miller Wist, Ed Miller Wist again.
Yeah.
B is Solomon. Hold up. Do you think B might be referring to Bale at the Institute? Because B, not M, right? Marbas Goetic, president of the 36 Legions, just like MSPFS.
That was MSPFS.
Oh There's so many. And here, under Sea Tree, also spelled Beecher.
Oh.
Which would explain why Beecher is a friend of whoever. Trying to like go through all of like the different demons, because there was one that Remy knew of, but do I remember what demon seal Remy knew about in the Night Floors?
The demons, the seal that you discovered in Amanda Wright's room on the night floors was
Right.
Was the mark of person.
Oh, hold on. The V might be Valak, because it says Valak appears as a small boy with angel wings, like that statue.
Right. Okay, so that would explain perhaps. Well, I don't know why there would be a broken Harlequin cherub, but yes. Let's see. Andromalius rules over 36 legions. So Marbas Goetic president, 36 servants, just like MSPFS. So maybe there's
You need to find another person with 36.
perhaps there's another 36, but oh, Mark, you crafty boy, you've got me digging through the logs, man. Oh my god, I feel like I'm writing a report right now. Okay. C3 has 60 legions. Sago rules over 26. Wait, maybe what if it isn't? What if it isn't Valak, but perhaps Visago? He can discover hidden and lost things, has a good nature.
What are these people looking for? All of these things.
And he
Precious
manifests as an
stones,
angel.
recovering all the secrets. What are they looking for?
Just to kind of like save some time, I guess. I guess I'm assuming that Kane and Desmond are back in the hotel room looking through all this, obviously.
That is where you currently are, yeah. It's
right.
about, by the time you've picked through all of this and you're figuring this out, it's like 4 or 5 o'clock. You order in some takeout and continue to plough through.
Right. Okay. Listen to this. Paimon teaches all arts, philosophies, and sciences and secret things. Reveals all mysteries of the earth, wind, and water, what the mind is, where it is, and everything the Conjurer wants to know.
The only other person I found with 36 is somebody called Glazia Labelas.
There was another demon that rolled 36. Like I said, Andromelius. And 30.
Yeah, and Andromelius discovers hidden treasures.
But that doesn't.
That seems to be what this sort of vibe of this is, though.
Bifrons is a demon Earl of Hell with 6 legions of demons under his command. He teaches sciences and arts, the virtues of gems and woods, herbs, and changes corpses from their original grave into other places. Seen as Janice from Steel Shred. No.
I have not found Horizon.
There's a knock
Wait,
at the
hold
door.
on. Oh, shit. Oh, can I say this before I forget it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Horizon is pretty close to Arias, who knows and teaches the virtues of the stars, which seems to match the Starry King. He has a marquee, though.
Person?
I don't... Yeah, Arias is the only thing I found that seems to be close.
And as you finish telling him that, there's a knock at the door.
Do you think it's that Russian guy again?
I'll start pouring the salt. And he begins to just draw the salt circle in the room.
Desmond just grabs his comically large gun, and moves to do the classic look through the peephole maneuver. And hopefully there's not a man pointing a gun at his head this time.
You look through the peephole and standing on the other side, kind of sweating and looking around and back at himself, is Dr. Barbas.
Oh. Hell yes. Well,
I just
Desmond,
turned to
you're at the
Kane.
door.
I just turned to Kane. Speak of the devil. Guess
And-
who's here?
And that is where we will take a little break. Okay, so you are interrupted mid research session. The pages of the Ars Goetia spread out on the bed between other pieces of evidence and take out cartons when there's a knock on the door and Desmond looks through the peephole to see a sweating and incredibly nervous Dr. Barbas on the other side.
Um, that's you, Desmond. You're the one at the door.
I know. I said it was Barbas to you.
Um. Oh yeah, and a horrible pun. Um. I. I mean, I guess drag him in here and start just interrogating him. I got handcuffs.
Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna open up the door, grab this man by the wrist, and yeet him into the room like Kane threw that bot down the stairs.
Okay. You whip the door open. If you're just lunging straight at him, probably going to have some sort of element of surprise here. So I'm going to give you plus 20% on an unarmed check for me, please, to do so.
And unarmed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's good. That's a 29. That's going to be a success under 40.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
baby.
rolls an 86 for a dodge and fails horribly. Yeah, you grab him by like the lapels of his shirt and haul him like just physically haul him off his feet and through precisely where you're intended. I assume at this point, Kane, you have a weapon drawn and aimed at him, etc. You mentioned.
I'm gonna pull those like handcuffs that I have.
Okay,
Those the flexible handcuffs,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna essentially just shove him to the ground, handcuff him, and just immediately like turn him around and just start pointing my gun at him.
And his eyes are
In the
sweating.
circle.
Yeah, and you notice again, like as you throw him across the room now, like bits of paper fall out of like the inside of his shirt and his jacket as he hits the ground, and you can see that the paper is the same paper from the room that scribe that you found was in, and the paper has pages of a play scribed all over them. And he stops and kind of looks up at you wild-eyed. I suppose I don't need a confirmation it was you, wasn't it?
I just stare at him with a blank face and a big gun.
Desmond, do you want me to handle the talking, or would you like to take lead?
He asked a rhetorical question. I'm waiting for him to continue.
What are you gonna do? Blow my brains all over this room, and then what? What for?
And then it's a job well done, and we get to go home. But you have an option here. You can tell us the honest truth of what the fuck is going on around here. And maybe, judging by your demeanor, of how you're sweating bullets, just maybe we might be able to fucking save your sorry ass.
And he kind of looks around at the floor for a moment, and you can see him kind of scanning the room as much as he possibly can from his position. And only way you find out is by finding out firsthand.
What the hell do you mean by firsthand?
I mean, we're here to make sure nobody experiences this bullshit firsthand. You're supposed to be doing that, Barbas.
Suppose it was. You smashed it. I have to type. I have to write. You smashed it, and now.
You're talking about the machine.
I'm done. You brought my
Why?
purpose to the ground. And now I am done.
What is your purpose? That you're leading us on this wild goose chase?
The play makes itself, and in itself it unmakes the world, and it goes on and on and on. The play must go on. It's always going on. And in doing so, it makes itself, and and he just now lapses into a rhythm of repeating that same sentence at varying volumes, almost muttering to himself at times.
Very cool.
I'm gonna shake him and just be like, Barbas and see tree. What does the Ars Goetia have to do with the play? What does this have to do with a Saranophorus? And the Permuton.
And he's still muttering under his breath as you ask him these questions. He goes on, and he stops. And looks you dead in the eye. He made it real.
Saranophorus? Or...
With just stories.
Bornless one?
Until he made it real.
What is the Bornless one? What does he have to do with all of this? With the yellow symbol, the yellow king? What the hell does this have to do with Amanda?
He sits back a little when you say Amanda's name. Oh, that's right. Yours is Amanda. Sometimes it's Abigail. Sometimes it's
No,
April.
I'm not going fucking crazy. Well, I mean, I am, but I could never remember if it was Amanda or Abigail, because I've heard them both.
The name
I thought I
don't.
was just getting old.
The name don't matter. The story goes on.
So what? This is some prophecy, some playwright of some...
You can't prophesize what's already been. It's already been. And it's happening right now. And it's yet to happen.
So what happens next then? What happens after this scene? What is the next act, Barbas? Just because you know the play. You know it. You don't need the machine. You don't need Marbas. You know the play.
But they don't know. They must know. That is why I'm here.
Is that what's in your shirt? The rest of the pages. Is it the rest of the play?
And he like, there's like a corner of a page like hanging from where Desmond like manhandled him across, and it's all like, and you see him reach down with his teeth and pull the page out like that, and then begin. He's like opening and closing his jaw to like sort of chew the paper up into his mouth.
Stop. I'm gonna like punch him in the face. I'm gonna punch the old man. Stop that! I'm gonna. Oh God, I hate it. I'm gonna strip the old man. I'm gonna strip the old man of his clothing.
Okay.
And
He is bound, so I'm not going to say the phrase roll to strip the old man. You will do that. Yeah, you'd strip him down to his underwear, I would hope.
Yes.
As you do so, you realise that every inch of his body underneath his clothes has pages of the play pressed to it.
Okay.
Dude's just filled with. It's like a scarecrow.
Barbas, you need to listen to me. We can write the rest of the play down for you, okay? I'm sure there will be others that would be happy to witness the play. But we need to make sure that it's all here. Is this all of the pages?
You don't understand. It's not here, and it's in the process of being here, and it's always been here.
So it's in the past and it's in the present.
He like... You'd have had to have unbound him to get his clothes off, so his hands are free now. But he doesn't appear aggressive to you, and you've got guns trained on him. He's not attempted to move at all. He kind of pinches the bridge of his nose when he says.
Okay. So the play is occurring before us, during our time, and after we're gone. So it's past, present, and future. A cycle. Right?
It's the only thing.
Right. Okay. Okay. See, we're getting somewhere. I'm starting to understand now. Yeah?
No.
What? No?
You know what I want to understand? I want to understand why you have so much information on me and him and Eliza and the people we love and whoever the fuck this other team is too. What are you fucking doing?
The scribe told me. I'm following orders just like you.
Following orders. Okay. What else did the scribe say? Did he say anything about how to understand?
Scribe doesn't say anything. Scribe tells me some things.
I'm drawing up blanks right now, to be honest. I don't want more to ask him. I mean, like, he's got the pages. He's clearly got connections with the Ars Goetia and Asaranaferus. Clearly this guy is behind the play. He's not the director, is he? He's the actual playwright itself.
It's really hard to tell if it's him writing it or if it's like something writing through him or through the scribe or...
Well, the scribe was clearly just exactly that. It was just a pen to write down his words. But my question is, what is he exactly? Is he some creature beyond our dimensions? Is he some god, some demon?
What exactly is this thing? Is the play coming from this creature?
And
Like, how would we even go about asking that?
and what is like the sign? Like the sign comes back of the Yellow King keeps coming back.
Just show it to
Like,
him.
oh,
Put it right in his goddamn face and see what he does.
oh, do we want to do that?
It's not like this man is. It's not like we're gonna ruin his perfectly balanced mental composure.
Oh, you're right. All right. Ooh, better yet. What about the book that I have? Okay. Um. I was saying, what about the book that I have, Jacob?
The one
He
that
said
clearly
he
wrote?
wanted books that he clearly wanted these notebooks, right?
Yes.
So okay. So what if we? Okay.
I think
Yeah, I
I mean, we need to
why
show
not?
him some of these things because he seems to react to certain phrases or images.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I guess Kane will do that. It just kind of just show off the notebook that he has to Barbas. I want to know what you know, Barbas. I've been following along myself. We're trying to. But there's pieces of my play missing. And how can I be the actor without my playwright, my script?
Um, let me just check something one moment.
Oh, he's thinking. He's thinking. I think I got him somewhere. Either that or it was a complete dead end and it
Or
did
he's gonna
nothing.
look for 5 minutes and go, nope, nothing.
I did something that wasn't in the book.
Oh no, it's actually to give Dennis Detwiller some credit here. He's accounted for almost everything, so
I was about to say it's probably in the goddamn.
it's very extensive, yeah. Oh, but by the way, when you stripped him, he had a list of possessions that I can document for you afterwards. Some of them
Yeah.
of
Magnifique.
interest.
We'll be taking pictures of all of that.
Yeah.
Of just Barbas in the background. Like it's some like narco arrest where they lay
Just
out all the
Barbas.
drug.
In various states of getting the shit beaten out of him.
Barbara stares just straight down for a second, then looks up at you again. I write the play. Me. That you hold there is my greatest creation. I can't pretend that I don't have an unusual muse. But you have to have seen it. The yellow sign.
We've seen it. We felt it. Even the man with the python even followed me around.
What's up with that fucking Harlequin? That shit pisses me off.
It all has, like any art, a meaning that only you comprehend. That is what I have shown you.
So what?
I've
Oh, well.
drawn back the curtain. You cannot blame me for what lies on the other side.
Oh, that was so ominous. It'd be a little bit scarier if he probably wasn't down to his underwear right now. Telling us he's, oh, gosh. Okay. So maybe. So we know that the Harlequin mask is a callback to the Yellow King. We, right? So why is it on the cherub? And these kinds of things, like, they're specialty made. So there had to be someone who had made it and then attempted to destroy it for whatever reason.
I think if you cannot see that any good story has set up and payoff and a certain degree of verisimilitude, I cannot help you. Like I said before, this is something you must see for yourself.
Okay.
You need to decide what you're gonna do with me now.
Well, Desmond, what do you think about calling our Russian friend over and seeing if he might have any answers for us, or maybe some insight? Or better yet, since the good doctor here seems to make deals with the devils, maybe Renko knows how to call those guard dogs that were after him. Drag him down to hell with him.
I mean, 50 Action Express sort of sends you directly to hell anyways, but
No, that's too good. That's too good for these sick fuckers.
I mean, yeah, he might actually know something, but I don't know if Barbas here really knows anything.
Barbas doesn't know. Yeah.
When you say that, Desmond, can you roll? I'm gonna say, roll a human for me.
Interesting. It's not actually bad. That's a 41. That's going to be a pass.
Hey.
When you mention that you don't think he knows anything, there's a slight flinch and a smirk.
I turn towards him almost like an irritated dad. Actually, no, exactly like an irritated dad. And I stare him down. No, you got something to say? You want to share it with the fucking class?
Roll persuasion.
Excellent. That's a 42 under, maybe under 80. Yes, that's a success.
Nice.
You weren't the first that the program sent. You got me on the back foot now. But I've already put one of your teams of snooping types to pasture.
You think he's talking about Agent Vega? We still haven't checked out that hotel.
No, I was going to look into the hotel, but then crazy motherfucker showed up at our door for the second day in a row. So, I guess we could look into that now. Well, Barbas is just sort of chilling in timeout.
No, I think it'd be smart to keep him close to us. I'm gonna like kind of search around in our bags and stuff like that. He's obviously still stripped down to socks and underwear right now.
Yes, as you were peeling off his clothes, you'd have laid sort of almost systematically his possessions on the bed. There's a wallet with ID. There's police ID in there. Credit cards and insurance cards. The police ID identifies Dr. Elias Barbas as a member of the forensic science team for the local state police. There's a not too unsurprising police issue pistol and holster. The key, what appeared to be a set of car keys, and probably the keys to his home as well. There is a mag, a security card key with a mag stripe on it, labelled with the name Barbas in black ink on some masking tape. It's a scan. It looks like a scan card for maybe like a security door or something. You also find an envelope filled with burned paper fragments and ashes. A small silver pill case carved with the laughing face of a child whose eyes have been scratched out. And when you open the pill case, inside there are half a dozen rotten and semi-rotten baby teeth.
Cool.
And finally, and probably most interestingly enough, there's an old copper key marked with a filigreed letter B and the room number 616.
Oh, that confirms that.
Right. So here's my proposed idea: is that we tie Barbas up, throw him in the trunk. We take his car over to 616 and scope out the place.
I mean, or you could just put him unconscious. I know you carry a lot of pharmaceutical drugs.
I'm sure there's something in the bag that Delta Green gave me.
Can we put a motherfucker to sleep? I have a tranquilizer rifle, but that's not really the intended function of that.
Well, no, but you would just take
That's
the
supposed to
tranquilizer
put
dart
down,
and
like,
just...
a bear. Yeah, I'm saying if
Can
if we hit Barbas with that, he might fucking die.
Yeah, can I do a pharmaceutical roll to see how much like it would take to knock Barbas out for
Yeah,
time
sure,
period
yeah.
that I need?
Let's you can
Okay.
see how accurately you can measure that.
All right, I gotta.
'Cause this is exactly the type of shit that
No,
we would be
no,
good.
it was like 20 over.
Okay. Yeah, you're not familiar with the type of animal tranquilizers that he would likely use.
Okay. But I'm sure there's something in Delta Green that maybe like they. I mean, push comes to shove, we can just gag him, bound him, and throw him in the trunk of a car and like leave him there.
I mean, yeah, that's not
Yeah.
bad. Maybe just sedate him a bit so he doesn't scream.
Um.
That's
You
a
know
lot more
what?
reasonable than trying to put
I
him out for a while.
I do have sedatives in my bag. I do have like painkillers and morphine. So
Drug the
that
old
is
man. Drug the old man.
yeah.
This is
So
your
I
call.
guess um yeah, I'm gonna bound Barbas's legs and knees together. Gag him, wrap him in a blanket like a little sushi roll to make sure he's comfortable. Uh, throw him into the trunk of his car, sedate him with morphine, and then be on our merry way.
Awesome.
Um, I am going to take the Morbus Marbus,
Morbius.
yeah, more
I kept
his
saying Morbius.
Marbus scan card and his forensics PD card with us. Um,
Um, before he's fully sedated, I did want to ask him, just sort of as we're looking at him in the trunk, why in the fuck do you have a locket filled with teeth?
It's good for what ails you.
I don't even use the morphine. I just punch him until he knocks out, and then sedate him with morphine.
Hold on, this won't hurt as much as you inject the morphine and then deck him in the face.
Yeah,
You'll feel a slight pinch.
Yeah, he's not.
you'll feel a slight pinch, decks him in the face, and then hits him with the morphine.
He's lapsed
Just-
into a sweating mess now. You surmise that sort of the damage that you did to his home, he's just roll either psychotherapy or human for me.
I can do psychotherapy if you want to do human
Good
in.
at human, yeah. I made Desmond really good at like
Nope.
talking to people, and then I just end up shooting people. That's a 60. That's a success.
Putting together your maddened conversation with him over the past 20-25 minutes and your experience in his home, he appeared to be the majority, or if not all of his time, was spent either messing around with that scribe, just running around, writing pages of the play, making those little books, putting that, like, you've destroyed all of that. You look at him now, and it's like he's like a computer with no operating system. There's just nothing. There's nothing there other than what reactions you can get from him. He's a man without purpose now, utterly and completely.
Or if just future reference and ideas. At this point, is it as operatives and agents, is it better to tag him and let Delta Green know that he's available for pickup and interrogation purposes?
That's not how Delta Green operations work.
Okay, so
You
it would be
are
better.
responsible for everything that happens on this operation.
Okay.
If he's dying, we're killing him. If he's getting interrogated, we're doing it.
Yeah. I was honestly thinking just it's Boston. People like just chuck old crappy cars into the Bay Area all the time. Like what's one more car down at the bottom of the ocean?
I mean, I got a fucking helicopter. We can throw him into the fucking mountains.
Hmm. We could. Up to you. Which way
For now,
stealthier?
for now, he is absolutely deceased in the back of the trunk, so
Oh, I mean,
I don't think he's going to be a problem for us for a while.
no, I think I think we got a bag of groceries in the back, you know? He's a vegetable.
Yeah, you gave him way too much fucking morphine, dude.
Absolutely. Did you hear the baby teeth comment?
Uh, actually, now that you've mentioned that, I did hear it, and I wish I hadn't. What does it mean? What does that mean?
It
It's good for what ails you. What?
sounds like a man that kills babies and then takes their teeth.
Mm.
Either that or they're
Well,
his baby teeth, which is even like it's not as bad, but just still weird.
yeah, that's... I've heard of, like, your mom saving, like, your first tooth you lost or something, but, I
I
don't
don't
think...
know what that is. I can't relate.
Oh, it's just... I think it's a scrapbooking thing.
Parents do
I'm
that.
sorry, I am considerably older than you.
Oh no.
So, yeah, I also scrapbook a little bit.
My parents weren't exactly parent material, Desmond.
Neat. So, off to maybe find some bodies in room 616?
Oh. 7-Eleven first, grab some Vaseline. It's to mask the smell.
Sure. I'm also gonna get one of those, like, 8-hour energy things. Because I have a feeling we're gonna be up for a bit.
Yeah, some coffee and cigarettes sound pretty good right now.
Breakfast of champions. I guess we dramatically drive to the local 7-Eleven.
Okay. You do so, obtain said coffee, and
And Vaseline, I guess?
Yeah,
Yes, I'm
so
sure.
this is a trick I learned from both like anatomy class and just like what some military
And
people
the many,
overseas have
many
told me.
dead bodies you've buried?
Yeah. No, Vaseline helps cover up the smell a little bit. Like petroleum jelly helps cover up the smell of like decomposing bodies. Uh, Also, while Kane's there, he's gonna grab like one of those cheap, ugly like beanies to cover up his massively scarred and bandaged head,
sure thing.
as to not draw attention to himself.
Okay. So you
And
then head over to what, the Box Hotel?
yeah,
That's the idea, yeah.
That's the idea.
Easy enough to locate, and you head into the foyer, just a regular looking sort of like downtown Boston hotel. It's like right in the heart of the city almost.
If it's pretty traditional hotel, it would have one of those floor plan maps on the wall, right?
Yeah, you can
Where it
find
showed
one
you where all
without
the
much
hotel
issue.
rooms are? Yeah, so we could find where the room is and just walk to it without talking to anybody.
Should I grab my bag? I mean,
Which bag?
my you know, the killing kit, all the rifle, ammunition,
Oh,
first aid kits.
first
No?
aid kit? Yes.
Okay. Kane is gonna run down to the car and grab a first aid kit to bring with him.
Okay.
Better safe than sorry.
That's fine, you can bring all that with. And you find the floor plan to the building, and you cannot find a room 616 on this plan. Indeed, the surrounding rooms on the plan are labelled 611, 613, 615, 616 and 619. 614, 618, 620 and 622.
But there's no room 616.
Not on the floor plan that you can see.
Alright, well, we're going there. Anyways.
6th floor. Might as well just head to the nearest number.
Where it should be.
Okay. Both roll
Right.
sanity checks. Whilst you search for me,
nards.
please.
Uh-oh. That's a failure.
Bing bong got a 9.
Okay. You search around in vain trying to find this room. Then, at one point during the search, Desmond, you return to a hallway that you could have sworn was minutes ago. Only to see there in front of you the door to room 616. Can you lose a single sanity point for me, please?
Yes. I, in fact, can. Kane!
Yeah.
I call out for him, but I don't look away. I just stare directly at the door. I found the door. I'm... Just walk to my voice. I'm not going to stop looking at it.
Okay.
Yeah, whoa. I just start making noise so you can hear me.
Yeah, I follow. I'm assuming that we're just pretty close together anyway, so I just have to turn around and be like, "Oh God, okay."
Yeah, not a problem. And you find him, and he is indeed standing in front of room 616. To which, as you've correctly ascertained, you have the key.
Slide that bad bitch in there.
Yeah, I didn't need to put it like that, but yes.
You enter the room. 2 double beds and a fold-out couch. There's a flat screen TV on the dresser and a charging station, one of those clock radio charging station combination things. 2 bedside lamps, overhead light, an air conditioner and curtains. The bathroom that you can briefly glance on your right as you enter is gleaming white with what looks like new towels, new sealed soaps. Those are all marked with a big B. And it smells freshly cleaned, the room.
Seems room service had no trouble finding this place.
It is approximately 5:30. You can search the room carefully.
Absolutely. I was about to say
It'll-
Desmond starts checking under the beds and
Yeah.
moving
You
shit
both
around.
make a search roll. You can search the room together for approximately half an hour.
Cool. I keep the door open. I prop it open.
Okay.
Like with the little kickstand.
Sure.
Because I don't trust that door closing. 33 on search. Let's go. That's a success.
That's a crit. I got a 57 and I succeeded as well. So
Oh, it is?
it's a crit.
Yeah. So the first thing you find is, and it's one of the first things that you, having done this for a little while longer than everybody else, Desmond, the first thing you do is wander straight over and check the wastebasket. There is a Gideon Bible inside. But you notice that you sort of pick it out and you flick through it quickly. And you notice that starting 3/4 of the way through, in the middle of a page, the book seems to be some sort of intelligence report. The typeface and the layout do not change from the rest of the Bible. Can you make a sanity check for me, please?
Yes. You say intelligence report like a mission report type thing?
Yeah.
That's a 27. That's a success.
Okay. No sound loss, not a problem. You reading through, and there are you catch some of the quotes that you saw on pages earlier on. There is an entire copy of the play The King in Yellow in English, and another French translation of this play by the name of Le Roi en Jaune.
Okay.
The next thing you guys find, right next to it in the same wastebasket, Desmond, is a crumpled, thick napkin. It smells of wine when you pull it out. Unfolding it reveals familiar golden initials in the corner at GBR. You make a sand check for me there, please.
These are the fucking napkins from 20 years ago. That's a success.
Okay, no sand loss either.
Just reading. Nothing weird happening here.
Corporal Kane, you open the drawer of one of the dressers, the one in which the television sits on, and you find a small leather valise. Opening it up, you find a file. The file contains many photographs, news articles in English, French and German, and reports involving a French play known as Le Roi en Jaune. There are 2 complete copies of this play, typewritten, one in English and one in French. Many of the pages are stamped Delta Green and date back to 1951. Recent handwritten notes on the files appear to be sort of scattered throughout, although you would need some time to sit down and pick these notes out.
Okay.
It's handwriting you don't recognise, so it's definitely not Barbas's, and it's not the same handwriting as the handwriting in red ink on your copy of the Ars Goetia either, just for your reference. You'd need time to sit and read, so when you do so. Can then reveal the contents. It'll probably take you about 6 hours to pick through the whole file.
Okay.
Looking through another one of the drawers on the side table, you find a grey plastic key card, similar to the one that you found on Dr. Barbas. One corner has a small hole where it might be hooked to a belt loop. What's your search at?
66.
Yeah, that's impressive. You notice one corner of the card is scraped and stained with fragments of what appears to be red paint. There's, as with Barbas's card, there's the name. There's a word printed all in capitals that looks like the name of the company that may produce these key cards. It's Imagico, Emagico. Desmond, as you see him staring at this file and this card, you move over to the dresser drawer. There is a mask and silver robe inside this drawer. The mask is poorly made with paper mache and a single silver wire to hold it onto the face. The face's impression is kind of inscrutable, sort of. Sometimes from certain angles you think it might be smiling, other times it just looks confused. And the whole of this robe is made from silvery plastic, and it does cover the entire body.
We've seen a plastic silver robe before in 1995, yes?
It's a possibility.
To answer your question, yes, we did find it. It was outside one of the doors inside the box. And there's another thing. A book in Latin, that I think, along with it, that I think we already deciphered.
Yes, the book in Latin American.
Never let that down.
Yes, okay. Yoink that. We're basically the room service cleaning everything up. Anything of note in the bathroom?
Let me just check for you. No. Nothing in the bathroom.
Are there any bugs? Can I search for any, like, wiretaps or, like, something in, like, the lanterns, electric?
I can cover that with your search roll already. You don't find anything. You've found everything that it's within your... You're pretty sure that you've found everything that it's within your skill set to locate in this room.
There's no windows in this room as well, right? No.
What? There's closed curtains on the other side, but when you open them, there is no window in this room. Just garish, flowery wallpaper that does not match the rest of the room.
Punch the drywall.
I was kind of thinking punch the drywall, yeah.
Yeah? I mean, you still got your hatchet.
Yeah, I got a hatchet. I'm down to take a swing at the odd-colored wallpaper that looks like a goddamn Elden Ring secret.
Roll intelligence times 5 for me first, Desmond.
Oh, I love it when he asks for that. That's a success. It's a 55.
Okay. It occurs to you you might want to try knocking the wall to test it before you go swinging an axe at it.
Fair.
Oh yes, my dad intuition kicks in. And I knock on the wall.
You knock on the
Get my
wall,
stud finder out.
and it's as solid as the rest of the wall. This isn't drywall.
Okay.
It's not drywall.
Mm-mm.
And we search under the beds, we search the bathroom, we search the drawers. Was there a remote for the TV? Anywhere nearby? Sec. Turn on the TV.
Yeah, you turn the TV on, it's just sort of that blank blue screen of no input.
Is there any other notable, like, kind of areas in the room? Like, typically, like, is there, like, a closet area? Or is there...
No, you've picked over everything.
I'm gonna give the weird wall a sort of half-hearted swing with the hatchet, just like a quick tap to see what sound it makes, because you know, wood and stone and metal sound different from each other.
Yeah, definitely stone, like the rest of the wall.
Like the concrete of the building.
Yeah.
On the inside of the building, where there should be plaster and
Insulation.
yeah. Well, either the construction of this building is completely off of code, or this wall is sort of, wrong.
And you try all the way around the room off the back of that, and all of the walls are just stone.
Cool.
Can I do another search roll just to see if there's anything else of, like, intrigue for us?
The temperature in here is fine, right?
Yeah.
It's not like really hot or really cold.
No,
like
nothing.
it would be if there were stone walls.
Nothing like that, no.
Well, clearly something's off with this room. We know that there was a Delta Green detachment here. There's these file reports of the plague going back to 1951. We're talking 40 years, almost 44 years before our involvement with it.
I forgot to mention that file's stamped. It was. I know. I did say it was stamped with Delta Green, didn't I? Apologies, I did do that. Yeah.
It didn't say who wrote the file report, did it? No, our author name, or like just like
You know,
stamped,
it's standard operating procedure for any Delta Green case files to not have any names stamped on them. That's why they are simply stamped Delta Green, or that the literal green triangle. That's it.
So, Kane. Apparently this play's been showing up in France since the 1950s. It's been all across America. This Bible, the play is just in the middle of it.
Like in its entirety.
Yes, both in English and French, one after the other. Okay, this is fucking weird what I'm about to say. Do you think the play is quite literally writing itself? And putting itself where it shouldn't be, and that's why it keeps fucking showing up places? Look at this. It perfectly matches the rest of the book. It's like the author went catatonic and accidentally wrote the whole play while editing it.
We should probably take this back to the hotel, look through it, and see what's going on. Just do one more last scan of the room before we head out. Check everything, electronics, faucets, even the vent system, something that...
Literally just like turning on the sink, trying to flush the toilet, seeing if that even works.
All works normally.
So a completely detached stone room with all functioning electronics and...
How does the water get through the solid stone? I don't... Kane, do you think we can just remove the toilet? Do you think it will literally just be anchored into stone?
Most likely.
You can both make an intelligence ×5 roll for me, please.
Roll to remove toilet. That's a fucking failure.
That's a 24.
The number, as you're looking around, and because you left the door open, you can see like the room number 616. You've heard that somewhere before.
The room number is 616. Can I, like, open the door and place a silver rope outside?
Yeah.
So that's what happened last time. In the night force, right?
Sure.
Somebody had just placed it out into the hallway.
You can certainly do that. Don't see why not.
I don't know.
Kane.
Oh, I mean, what if it's all just like a loop, you know? Past, present, and future all collide into one. There is no now, there simply just is, all coexisting at the same time. Maybe that's why the play keeps showing up in places, is because that's a constant in the reality.
Makes about as much sense as any other theory we've had, so I don't mind it. Certainly would explain why time is wrong and doesn't seem to work on the night floors. You know what's... Yeah, we're in this room. I look at my watch. Is it working normally?
It is, yeah.
So, I don't think we're fully in the night floors. This might be an anomalous room. That might be why Delta Green agents were using it.
Just some weird pocket out of space and...
Something that's there, but only if you try really, really hard and you know where you're going. I don't know, maybe Delta Green can pioneer night floor technology or some bullshit. All in all, though, we know one thing for certain. Barbas said that he implied that he killed these people, and they're not here.
We haven't turned the beds over yet, have we? Like, or anything like that. We haven't done anything to the beds or the couch.
Anything that you could possibly think of at this point, like you've picked
Yeah.
this room over, definitely.
Okay. I guess we've searched every nook, cranny, and corner. Um, and there's no branding on the towels or anything like that. Like,
Just that B that you've seen on for the
yeah.
rest of the hotel, for like the Boxer Hotel, sure.
Yeah, right. All right. Guess it's
Gee,
time to
Solomon.
take our leave then, maybe. I mean, say B's for Solomon.
That's what the writing in the note said. B is Solomon.
B is Solomon.
But, I could think of probably a dozen other places that just have a B as their logo, so
Right.
it's not really weird. I guess we see if we actually can get back out and,
One piece, hopefully.
You step back out into the hallway with no apparent problems, but at that point, Kane, your phone starts to ring. Your mission phone.
My mission phone.
Yeah, your burner.
beep, beep,
Okay.
beep, beep.
So it'd be like your team phone. It's the phones
Right.
that the Nokias or whatever that you all buy at the start of a mission so you can call each other.
Yeah, I pick it up and answer it.
You as you pull the phone out, you do look at the thing and it's Eliza's number. And you answer. I would appear to be speaking to Agent Kane. Am I correct?
Well, it's a bit rude to ask for a name without offering yours first.
Perhaps you need to come back to the motel room here. Me and your colleague, Agent Bishop, have just had a interesting chat. And I think it's time you joined us. And that is where we're going to end our session for the evening.
You bastard.
Mm-hmm.